Notes on solving equations by combining like terms. Okay, that is all we are talking about today, is combining like terms with our solving equations. So as a review, simplify by collecting like terms. Okay, so we want to look at these pieces we have here. We've got 6d plus 3d, and then we have minus 1e, box that in, minus 2d. So combining this, we have 6 plus 3, so that is 9d, and then negative 1 minus 2, minus 3e. And there's our solution. All right, number 2, we have b, that is going to be a 1b. Let's see, minus 6b. 1 minus 6 is negative 5, so negative 5b. Next we have negative 3n plus 2n. So negative 3 plus 2, that is negative 1, so minus 1n, or just minus n. And then we've got plus 12. I'm going to see if I can use a circle for that. Plus 12. Just bring that down. Now, I believe I've covered everything there. I have the b, the n, the 12, the b, and the n. Okay, everything is taken care of, so this is our final answer. Now, can you combine any of those? Would be the last question you could ask. B's, n's, and 12s, whole numbers. You can't put those three together, so that's it. All right, number 3, we have 9c. We have minus 13c. Now, as a reminder, that is 9 minus 13. That's how many c's we have. So that is negative 4c. Now we've got negative 4. So we got negative 4 plus 6. And that's what's going to go here. That's a positive 2, so we get plus because it's positive. So our solution there is negative 4c plus 2. I'm using the wrong word there. Really, that is our answer. Our solution would be when you find the answer to an equation. Right. But there we have those three. All right, number 4, continue with the combining like terms. We have 10h minus 5x plus 7b. And actually, there is nothing you can do there. So I'm going to go ahead and box in that. None of those three will combine. That is our answer right there. All right, number 5, let's actually do the g's first. So we've got minus g, that's minus 1g, plus 1g. So negative 1 plus 1g. That's actually 0. 0g, so it's out. Okay, it's just 0. It's a 0 pair if you want to say it that way. Next we've got, I shouldn't have boxed that in. So next we have the h's. We have 7h, so plus 7h, so we'll just bring that down. 7h, and then we've got 8 plus 2, which is 10, so positive 10. So our answer is 7h plus 10. All right, number 6, only like term we have here is 8 plus 5, so that's 13, positive 13. I'm going to go and bring down this minus 4x. You could also write that as 13 minus 4x. All right, so now we're going to have to solve some equations. Okay, so we're going to have to combine like terms as we go, but in the end, our solution, or our answer, is really going to be getting x by itself or m by itself or whatever. In this case, it will be a solution. Okay, number 7. Solve the following equations by collecting like terms. So we are going to need to combine these two right here. So this becomes 6y plus 4 equals 22. Combining those two. All right. Now, building what we had last unit, subtract 4 from both sides. So we get 18, and that's 6y. Dividing by 6. Okay, and so y equals 3. As we have done before, I'm not going to do this because I've done these myself. I've checked these myself. But it would be wise, and you really need to do it, take y equals 3. Plug 3 back in. Plug 3 back in everywhere that you have a y. Make sure that's a true statement. Okay, number 7, or number 8, rather. 7 equals 2m minus 4m. Well, that is 2 minus 4 is negative 2, so negative 2m. Bring down the plus 1. So we'll need to subtract 1 from both sides. That is negative 2m equals 6. Dividing by negative 2, we have that m equals negative 3. And again, you need to take that and plug it back in. Everywhere you see an m, put in a negative 3 and see what you get. All right, number 9, we want to solve this again. So let's see if we can combine like terms. We have 2x plus 1x. So that's a grand total of 3x plus 12 equals 78. Leave this other side alone. Okay. Now, a really common mistake that students make is they try to combine these two numbers right here. Okay, these are on opposite sides. We cannot do that. So we have to use opposite operations to get things by themselves. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract 12 from both sides. All right, so that would be 3x equals, that is 66. Dividing by 3 on both sides, we get that x equals 22. And again, we should be able to plug 22 back in up there. Let me just do that real quick in my head. 44 plus 66. Yes, that actually checks out. It's a true statement with that plugged in. Okay. All right, number 10, combining like terms still. All right, let's see. Negative 7n minus 5n. Negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12, so negative 12n plus 4, that would take care of everything over there, equals 0. Okay, subtracting 4 from both sides. Okay, let's see, that is negative 4, and that's going to be negative 12n, and dividing by negative 12, let's see, that should actually be a fraction. 1/3, positive 1/3. So n equals positive 1/3. And I'm going to say this every time. Always, always, always take this and plug it back in and check it. There's no reason you should get anything wrong on any of these. Okay, because when you get down to the end, if this does not check out, okay, if 1/3 does not make sense right here, then you need to go back and do it again. You need to find where you made some small mistake more than likely. All right, so combine like terms here, we get 6x equals 4, dividing by 6 should get us 2/3. So x equals 2/3. And let's see, 10/3 plus 2, that's 12/3. Yes, that is 4 actually. Okay, number 12. Combining like terms, we have the x on the one side over here, and minus 4x. So that's 1 minus 4. That would be negative 3. So negative 3x minus 4, bringing that down, equals negative 1. Okay, so we want x by itself. In fact, I should have been doing this all along, probably. We want x by itself, so let's add 4. That'll give us a positive negative 3x. That's gone, and we get a positive 3. We still want x by itself, so divide by negative 3. And by negative 3, we get that x equals negative 1. Negative 1. And let's see, that would be 3. Yes, that would still work out. Always check it. Okay, number 13. Combining our like terms, we have h and negative 3h. So 1 minus 3, that's negative 2. So negative 2h minus 16 equals 0. All right. Adding 16 to both sides, well, that's clearly going to be 16. And so we get negative 2h equals 16, because these two are a 0 pair. As always, that's our goal. Then dividing by negative 2, we find that h equals -8. Okay, number 14, combining like terms, we get 5x there. 5x plus 9 equals -11. We want our x by itself. So in that case, it's attached to 5x. So we'll subtract 9. Okay, so that would give us a -20 equals 5x. So dividing by 5, want x by itself, divide by 5. We should get x equals -4. Okay, let's see, that's -20 plus 9, yep, -11. Okay, number 15, -6x plus 5x. -6 plus 5, that's -1, so -1x minus 37 equals -37, -37. Okay, we want x by itself. In this case, those two are attached, so we need to add 37 to both sides, doing the opposite. Okay, add 37, so that becomes 0 over here. 0 pairs, so we're left with 0. 0 pairs, well, -1x. Still want x by itself, so divide by -1. And 0 divided by anything is just 0. So we get that x equals 0. Now, just think about that with this one. This is a good example to use for plugging that in. If you plug 0 in right here, grab a highlighter. If you plug in 0 right here, -6 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. So you're left with -37 equals -37. Therefore, we get a true statement, and we know that our answer is correct. Okay, number 16, I have a few word problems to go. Given the following information, solve for x to find the length of each side of the triangle. Okay, triangle. We have x plus 2, and 5 as sides, and our perimeter equals 43. Well, perimeter means that we add up all the sides. So that means perimeter, 43, should be the same as if we just add up the sides. So that is x plus 2 plus 5. And I really could put those in parentheses, but what's the point? Okay, so x plus 2, that one side, plus 5. So if we, let's see, first we need to distribute, I suppose. We have a 1 right here. 1 times x, 1 times 2, changes nothing. So x plus 1x plus 2 plus 5 equals 43. Combining like terms, we have 2x. Combining these two, we get plus 7 equals 43. Okay, subtracting the 7 because we want the 2x by itself. All right, so that, let's see, that is 636, I believe. Yep, 36 equals 2x. And then dividing by 2 because we want x by itself. All right, so x equals 18. So x is 18. That means our sides are x plus 2, so 18 plus 2, so 20. X, so just 18, and 5. Now, hopefully, if we add these three up, we get 43, because that's what we started with. So those two set 38 and 43. It does check out. All right, next problem. Number 17, suppose you make $216 selling popcorn. If your expenses were $22.50, how many $1.50 bags of popcorn did you sell? Write an equation and then solve. Okay, so you make, this is actually your profit. Now, something really big in business is the profit equals revenue minus cost. That means the amount of money you come out ahead with is how much you're making, subtracting your costs. So $126 That's how much you're coming out ahead. Your expenses were $22.50. We're going to take off $22.50 over here. And we want to know how much we made right here. Well, it's $1.50 per bag. Because they're asking for how many bags, well, we probably should say X equals bags of popcorn. Okay, so $1.50 times X. So we need to solve this equation right here. So adding $22.50 is the first thing we're going to do. Okay, 126 plus 22.50 is 148.50. So adding that right there. All right, 148.50 equals $1.50 times X. Dividing by 150. 150 is 99. X equals 99. Now 99 what? It's not just 99. It's 99 bags. How many bags of popcorn did you sell? Well, 99 bags. Okay. Next we have number 18. Last we have number 18. Given the following information, solve for Q to find the length and width of the rectangle. Alright. So, again, we're given perimeter. In this case, it is with a rectangle. Okay, now we know that rectangles have two sides that are going to be the same. Two sets of sides are going to be the same. So first, we have this side over here. Move this over just a little bit. We have, actually, here. There we go. So we know that these two sides are going to be the same. Q minus 1 and Q minus 1. Also, Q plus 5, Q plus 5. Now we know that all of these sides add up to be 48. So we are going to have to combine like terms. Okay, we have 1Q, 2Q, 3Q, 4Q. All right, so 4Q something equals 48. Okay, let's see if I can grab a different color. We have plus 5, that would be 10. Minus 1, should add to be 8. Should add to be 8. So 4Q plus 8. Right, so subtracting the 8 from both sides gives us 40. So 4Q equals 40. Dividing by 4 tells us that Q equals 10. Now there are no units here, so that's fine. Q equals 10. Now the question though is, what's the length? Well, for the length we need to take this 10 and plug it in where Q is. So 10 plus 5 is 15, so our length is 15. I wish they gave us units here. Next we take the cube and we plug it in where we see Q here. 10 minus 1, so 9. All right, so our width is 9. Now, if you add these sides up, you have 15, 15, 15, 9, and 9. Not to scale. Add these up, we get 24 and 24, and that's 48. So that actually does make sense in the end. All right, so that brings us to the end of these notes on solving equations by combining like terms. I believe we have an assignment to do this now. Let's go.